Hey guys, Karan Binani from Mobi Scrub here, and we have the Samsung Galaxy J6 today in the house. For $13,990, the Galaxy J6 is somewhere between an entry-level smartphone and a mid-level smartphone, and it comes with some interesting features. Diving right into the box, there's the Galaxy J6, so let's keep that aside for now. The quick start guide along with the ejection pin, standard microUSB cable, then various standard earphones, and you've got a normal charger, which is it's not a fast charger, normal charger. Yeah, and that's pretty much it that you get inside the box. So let's wrap all of that and see what's the phone all about. Alright, now this is the 32GB 3GB RAM version, which is for $13,990, but there is also a higher version available with the same specs. From a specifications point of view, the Galaxy J6 is running off a 1.6 GHz Exynos Octa-core processor backed up with 3 GB of RAM. The J6 comes with a 5.6-inch 720p Super AMOLED display and runs Android 8 Oreo. You get a 13-megapixel shooter at the back with f1.9 autofocus, LED flash, and it's capable of full HD video recording, and I'll show you the samples later in the video ahead. In the front, you get an 8-megapixel camera, again at f1.9, with a front-facing LED flash, and that's really interesting because, well, you'd never have dark selfies even if your lighting is absolute zero. Looking at the build and the design of the device, it's pretty standard for any entry-level or a mid-level smartphone. You've got a plastic back, which actually doesn't feel flimsy, rather it doesn't feel cheap like most smartphones in this price range. But the size of the device is so perfect, it really feels good and very easy in the hand. Extremely convenient to hold, perfect to fit in your pocket, really lightweight, and just a very well-rounded phone. And Samsung has introduced a fingerprint sensor in their low to mid-range devices, which is nice because it's high time. I mean, a lot of other devices have them already. Now, I don't see a notification LED on this phone, and Samsung tends to refrain from adding that tiny piece of convenience in its low-end smartphones. I don't know why. And if it really matters to you, the port at the bottom of the phone is a microUSB port and not a Type-C port. So just for those who are really interested, I thought that's something that you should know. And also the Galaxy J6 is a dual SIM device. So you've got your SIM card tray slot for the first SIM card, and then another tray which houses the SIM card 2, as well as a microSD card storage slot, which can house a 256 gigs microSD card, hence expanding your storage. The J6 is running Android 8.0.0, although 8.1.0 is already out and not sure if the J6 will be getting an update. You don't get the always-on display on the Galaxy J6, but it would have been quite cool for Samsung to make it a default for all its devices. Anyway, moving on, when you unlock the phone, you get pretty standard Samsung experience, so nothing surprising there. In terms of preloaded apps, you get Samsung Pay Mini, you get Samsung Mall, you get Samsung Notes, you've got FM radio, then you've got a couple of Samsung goodies, the entire Google suite of apps, and the Microsoft suite of apps as well. That's pretty much what you get in terms of preloaded apps. You also get a couple of features like the S-Bike mode. You get the walk mode, which is it helps you monitor your walk while you're using your phone so you don't bump into things. Then you've got S-Secure, where you could move all your private stuff, and you've got your Samsung Mall. You also get Dolby Atmos, so just try plugging in your earphones and then watching a movie like on Netflix or something with Dolby Atmos. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's amazing. The experience completely changes and it really fills your ears. You'd notice that Samsung introduced the Infinity design, which was inspired from the Galaxy S8 and the S9, where you get full width, almost edge-to-edge display, which is great to have at this price point. With more and more phones going bezel-less, it is great to see this coming to low-end to mid-range smartphones. However, it is really not as immersive as the Infinity designs usually are, wherein the bezels even at the top and at the bottom are nearly very thin. The chin and the forehead are still quite broad, and that does not qualify for bezel-less experience according to me. Now the display is 5.6 inches in size. It's Super AMOLED with a resolution of 720 by 1480 pixels, which is quite low as compared to some of its competitors, like the Redmi Note 5 or the Asus Zenfone Max Pro, which feature full HD displays. 1080p displays allow for viewing 1080p videos, which are a lot sharper and better to watch. So not sure why Samsung held back that 1080p display on the Galaxy J6. But again, it is a Super AMOLED display, so colors are really good. They're punchy, they're vivid, very colorful screen. It's pretty saturated, so the colors really pop out well, and the screen is pretty bright. Just the only flaw being that it is a 720p display. But again, even then, you get a wider view because of the 18.5:9 display ratio, which makes your viewing experience quite cool, and watching videos obviously becomes a much better experience. And talking about videos or watching videos, the J6 allows you to chat while watching your video uninterrupted. It's called Chat over Video, and it does exactly what it says. So it works for WhatsApp and native SMS app while you're watching videos on either YouTube or the inbuilt video player or the VLC player. So, it's just a pretty neat feature that they've built in. I don't know how useful it would be, that's yet to be tested, but I think it's pretty innovative. And just to add to its features, the Galaxy J6 also features Face Unlock in addition to Fingerprint Scanner. And again, I think it's just great to see all of these features make it to these low-end and mid-range smartphones. Let's talk about the camera software as well as camera quality. Now, surprisingly, you will find the same software that you see in devices like the S9, obviously with reduced features, but still quite comprehensive. So, you've got features like Beauty mode, Pro mode, Panorama, Night, you've got HDR as well. And you also get a couple of stickers as well as you get continuous shot. So all of these are standard. At the bottom, you have your video recording and you've got settings right over there. You can swipe down on the screen to flip to the front camera and again to go back. Now, here are a couple of shots that I took at about 5 to 6 in the evening. And I did wait for a while to take a low light shot as well, which came out pretty good. The gradient is pretty nice. The greens and it's pretty natural. These are not very punchy, and again you can look at these colors as well. They're not like super punchy, right? So pretty good, but low light it does get a little bad, I guess. Now in terms of video, it does shoot full HD videos at 30 fps, and here's a sample. So as long as I'm standing and I'm taking a shot, it's pretty smooth and didn't really see a problem there. Quite nice. It's pretty standard, I think. But while I'm walking, there was a lot of jerk, and obviously you don't expect OIS to be in these cameras, but it was about okay. The J6 comes with a 3000 mAh battery, which is great for this phone and would easily last you a day given that the processor is not as battery hungry and the screen resolution is quite low. However, charging feels slow given that it, in the era of fast charging, the J6 almost takes 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100. So that's it guys from my end. I think the Galaxy J6 is just about a decent mid-level smartphone, and there are quite a few options within this price bracket. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Each phone has its own great thing to offer at that price point, and the J6 has its own. Thank you for watching guys, and see you in the next one.